Okay, what up you guys? It is your boy BBK Dragoon. We are back out here again for another ride. This is the first ride 2017, and wow, I'm excited. I'm super excited. I feel like a kid today. Now the reason you haven't seen really any videos so far this year is because it's been a rather bumpy year, to say the least. So I started my first bike ride in March, first weekend of March. And we don't usually, it's not dry in Colorado at that time. So I had to drive to a place that was dry. And within the first 5 minutes of the ride, I had a pretty bad crash. And that ended up fracturing a rib. So I'll show that crash now. If any of you are, don't want to see a crash, just skip to the time code. It's a rowdy fall. So that ended up causing a fractured rib, which was the first time I've ever fractured a rib. I've done bone bruises before, but I was out for 2 months. And then I skipped recording all of June, mainly because I was just busy. But now we are back on it. It's July, and I'm excited to bring you guys, wow, there's a lot of rocks in the trail. I'm excited to bring you guys new riding videos. Nice. Wow, there's so many loose rocks in the trail. So I hope your summer's going very well, and today might be a good time to talk about injuries with mountain biking, because I think it's pretty misconstrued. All right, a little bit of a climb here, so I'll see you guys at the top. So I think a lot of people view mountain biking as being ultra dangerous, and it really isn't. I'll be honest with you, for new riders, there's really only two things you need to avoid to not have bad crashes. And bad crashes are not very common unless you're pushing your limits too far, or kind of letting your pride or ego get in the way. And the two kind of combine. So I've usually seen crashes on group rides for the reason of when there's a group, there's kind of this unspoken tension or pressure that I need to go fast so I don't slow down other people. And that creates people riding far beyond their limits. Oh, this section is so fun. And when people ride outside of their limits, that's usually when the bad crashes occur. Let's hop here. Oh my goodness. Tires are hooking up so good. Woo! That was fun. And so if you can just avoid pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, beyond what you know you're capable of, you really shouldn't ever have big crashes, like large injury-sized crashes. And the other key thing is riding terrain that is in your limit, in your wheelhouse. So I know when I take new riders out, I ask them lots of questions about, you know, are you comfortable with this type of terrain? What kind of stuff have you ridden in the past? And usually from those questions, you can get enough data to figure out, all right, this trail will be good for this person. But if you take people who are inexperienced on trails sort of beyond what they're comfortable with, and then they push the speed a little bit too far, that's when the big injury crashes happen. Now for me personally, you guys know I've raced, or used to race for like 6 years, 2 of those in the pro category. And I fell a lot during the racing years, but very few real bad crashes. I dislocated my right and left shoulder a few times, and broken toes and fingers. But other than that, just a lot of scrapes and cuts, thankfully. And I think a big part of that is the more experience you get when you ride, the more you really learn what I'm capable of, what my limits are, and what I want to push myself on and what I don't. You know, mountain biking is a cool sport where I just want to dispel the rumors that mountain biking is super ultra dangerous and is only attempted by people, like thrill-seeking people, because it really isn't. When I first started mountain biking like 15 years ago, I was not a good bike rider. I was not super comfortable on a bike, but it was something fun and challenging and pushed me out of my comfort zone when I was younger. And it's evolved into something I just really love. It's a great physical activity, and I just want to encourage more people to do it. All right, so upcoming more fun news. Now that our injury talk is over, I'm thinking about starting a mountain bike specific channel to house more of these type of videos on it. But I really need your guys' feedback. What do you think about that? I mean, I wouldn't completely remove mountain bike uploads from the main channel, but it might be a nice place for those only interested in these kind of vids to hang out. For me, it's really cool to see just how big mountain biking has exploded on YouTube in the last year. You know, when I started doing these videos, there were, man, I can only think of like one other guy who was doing these kind of first-person commentaries, these GoPro mountain bike commentaries. And now there's so much great mountain bike content being built. All the main websites are really up in the game with their YouTube content. So I'd like to maybe think about starting just mountain bike specific channel. I've got a lot of good friends who are still pros that might be fun to join in on some videos, and I don't know. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. This is a cool gap. Boop. Then we hit on the brakes here, off in the corner, hit the roller, brake here before the off camber blind turn. Whew. That dry dirt, man, we haven't had a rain in a long time, like probably 7 weeks. And so that makes that dirt loose, really loose. We usually end up getting rain the back half of July. So the trails get pretty crumbly in June. They're at max crumbly level right now. Like that. Super sandy creek bed. All right, we are back in it. I feel like a kid again, dude. I'm telling you what, such a weight lifted off my shoulders the last few days. Between the internet issues and just sort of the general tumultuousness of YouTube. Tell you what, it's been nice recalibrating myself to focus on things I enjoy again. I think it's pretty important in life. Don't ever get caught up in one particular thing to the point where it's obsessive. And it's easy to do that with YouTube, man. It has become so hard to keep up with the pace of YouTube. When I started in 2012, you could upload one video a week, no big deal. Algorithm didn't punish you. Nowadays, if I'm not uploading like 4 days a week, I can almost instantly see it impacting how my videos show up in your sub box and how much views the channel garners and subscribers. You can literally just watch the numbers sort of stop. And I get why YouTube's doing it. They want to be the new television. And they really are. I mean, they're becoming that. But for, you know, people who have regular jobs, regular lives, it is hard to balance it. So I'm excited to be turning that balance knob in the direction of less and more focused on priorities. Oh, this wall ride is sick. I think it'd be fun too. Oh, here. Dive the corner, ride it wide. Oh, it's so flowy. I think it'd be fun to do mountain bike tutorials. You know, I'm definitely not where I was when I was racing pro, but I feel like I could definitely teach some good stuff. There's some awesome channels out right now who are doing it. GMBN is killing it, dude. The Don, Beaumont, Scotty. But I think that might be next on the plate. There's maybe some tips. The, beginner's guide to buying a mountain bike last year, that video killed it, dude. So maybe a new updated one. I've been thinking it'd be fun to have a hardtail to mess around with. not ready to throw $1,000 at another bike, but hardtails are cool bikes, dude. So upcoming summer plans for riding and videos. There are a handful of trails that I've not shown on the channel yet that I'd like to. A few that are going to require me to get better, and a few that I can do right away. The ones that I got to get better at are more technically demanding trails. Things that if you mess up, consequences are a little steeper. So that'll probably be an August type of thing after I've had a few months riding the bike hard and getting comfy. But there is some cool like lift access terrain, ski lift access terrain that I am excited to try out. I haven't ridden it, or I haven't ridden at that spot in 4 or 5 years. They've added new trails, opened a new lift, so it's looking to be an epic summer. So as we're coming to the conclusion of today's ride, I just want to say thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy these type of videos, let me know about it. Kind of encouragement is super helpful. And leave in the comment section down below what kind of videos you'd be interested in seeing. Appreciate you guys watching. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time.